So I'm aware that this news has been out for a little bit now, but I figured, you know what, better late than never talking about it. And that is, well, I guess it's not so much talking about the news drop of Space Marine 3. I think this video is more about like what I want to see in Space Marine 3, or what I'm hoping to see in Space Marine 3. And this is just my personal preference on certain things. So yeah. As always, I'm always excited to hear what you guys have to say, and it's been a hot minute since I've done any Warhammer videos, so I always feel like, oh no, I haven't done a Warhammer video in a while. I need to get back. I feel weird when I don't do a Warhammer video in a good amount of time. So I decided, you know what, now's a good time to get a fucking chair. I always say that. But as I said, I'm going to be talking about what I'd like to see in a what I want to see in Space Marine 3. Not so much gameplay, but what I'm kind of hoping for we get in the universe, like what kind of factions and what characters I would like to see and things like that. Now, the big thing, one of the things I really would like to see is we've gotten so much of talking about him. We basically in Space Marine 3 there was a lot of talk about there was a lot of talk and conversation about this character, and that is, I want to see Guilliman in Space Marine 3. I think that's probably going to happen, is that we're going to get Guilliman in Rabute Guilliman in Season 3. I mean, Space Marine 3. Why did I say Season 3? Fuck. I think that's what's probably going to happen, is that we're going to get Guilliman in Space Marine 3. I also think that it's highly possible that we get a solid voice for him. I don't know who could voice him. I've always kind of thought, like, and this is going to sound weird, whenever I hear Guilliman, and this is going to sound so weird, like, Peter Weller, you know, RoboCop as the voice of Guilliman, like, that's always been the voice in my head whenever I read, like, anything with Guilliman. So maybe we could get Peter Weller? I don't know, maybe that's just a me thing, but yeah. So, Guilliman, I think, would be really cool, and to have a Primarch, like, the Primarch in, like, seeing them talk, seeing them move outside of, like, trailers and whatnot, I think that would be really solid. To have, like, actually talking to them, and actually seeing, like, Guilliman, like, also to have the opportunity to see Guilliman in action would be awesome. So that would be cool. I would also find it kind of fun if we got Cato Sicarius, like, just to see him, like, Titus and his thoughts on Sicarius. Like, it's like Dimitri, like, Titus just looks at Cato and is like, oh, hello, brother. And then Cato would be like, yes, it is I, Cato Sicarius. I've watched those videos too. Like, he just shows, like Sicarius just shows up with sword drawn. He's like, I, Cato Sicarius. Anyway, so, but I personally, if you were to ask me, like, it's got to be Guilliman. Like, I really hope we had enough mention of him and talking about that character a lot in Space Marine 2, so it would just naturally be the best progression to have Guilliman in the game. Not as, like, a, you know, support character, but to, like, kind of be like Calgar, where, you know, he plays a role in the story. So you had Marnius Calgar show up, so now you just need the Primarch here. Now, let's talk a bit about enemies. Like, what kind of enemies would I like to see in the game? I am going to be honest with you. I kind of hope we don't get Chaos again. I mean, we've had the Black Legion and the Thousand Sons. And I know Chaos is, like, the big endgame villain of all of this, and the whole thing of, like, Titus doing battle with Chaos, and all of that. And I am pretty sure we are getting Chaos again. But I kind of don't want Chaos for a third time. There's so many other, like, Xenos and whatnot and forces. I kind of am hoping we get more of a Xeno threat. Like, have it be two different Xeno threats. Like, before it was, you know, the Orcs, then it was the Black Legion, kind of. Then it was the Tyranids, and then the Thousand Sons on top of that. I kind of do hope that it's, like, two different Xeno threats. Like, maybe you're caught in a war between, I don't know, the Eldar and the Necrons. And that's the other thing. Like, let's talk. But if I was like going back, like, because again, Chaos is kind of integral. The whole war with Chaos is integral to Titus. So I'm kind of acquiescing. Yeah, we're probably gonna get Chaos again. As to what Chaos faction I would like to see, I kind of would like to see the Iron Warriors. I know they don't get a lot of love, I'd like to see the Iron Warriors. Maybe even get Vashtor as a boss fight. That would be a lot of fun to get Vashtor the Archifane. And he's been tied to the Iron Warriors a lot, so that'd be kind of cool. But I just kind of would like to... I think the Iron Warriors would be like on a physicality level, as well as like fighting demon engines. That would be awesome. Like to have those be like fighting those demon engines as like mini boss fights would be nothing short of just absolutely epic. So the Iron Warriors... I would also say, like, maybe if we're going to go with a legit Chaos Legion, because, again, the Iron Warriors, while they are a Chaos Legion, they don't really follow Chaos. So I would say, like, if I was to get, like to pick another one, I would say the Death Guard. Yeah, I think the Death Guard would be pretty cool. Also, you could have Typhus as a bot, like to fight Typhus or Mortarion. Maybe maybe this could like Space Marine 3 could be set during the events of Dark Imperium. I think that would be kind of an awesome idea, is like to set it during an actual in the Indominus Crusades, like have it be part of the Indominus Crusades and actually be like a cool, like Space Marine 3 could be a cool adaptation of the Dark Imperium trilogy. That, again, this is just me, though. So I would say the Death Guard or the Iron Warriors would be really cool. With the Death Guard, you have, like... I think it kind of leans more with the Death Guard, is that you not only do you have, like, a very noticeable faction, and also Nurgle is Nurgle and the Death Guard themselves are a very, like, fan favorite among the Chaos Legions. So... And also, like, you get the thing of having, like, multiple spawn kills, like, again, with the Nurglings, as well as, like, the Plague Walkers. Yeah, you could, like, that could just be a lot of spawn killing all around, like, just multiple opponents, slaughtering them like you did Orcs and Tyranids. So, I think the more I think about it, the Iron Warriors would be awesome. I'm not saying no to the Iron Warriors, but I think, like, if we're going in a logical step, I think it should be, Nurgle as the big, not Nurgle, but maybe Kugath, or, again, Mortarion or Typhus be a big villain in the story, or just the Death Guard in general. I think the Death Guard, again, it's another fan favorite, and it'd be a cool, either a nod or a direct adaptation to Dark Imperium. Yeah, so as for, like, so going back to Xenos faction, I kind of really do want the Necrons. And I'm not just saying that as a Necron fan base, or a fanboy, excuse me. I'm not just saying that as a Necron fanboy. I am saying that as, I don't think it was, the Orcs were fun to fight, and I don't think they did as much as I love Space Marine 2, I don't think they did enough justice to make the Tyranids terrifying enough. Like, it was just like, oh yeah, we're just gonna butcher our way through the Tyranids. I really want the Necrons to, if it's the Necrons, and this is why I really want the Necrons to be the Xeno faction you fight first. I think having the Necrons and being a massive threat, like, have it be like some Tomb World or something of that nature, and showcase that these guys are relentless, they're powerful, and you could even have, like, Scorpec destroyers fighting them, centipedes, the scarabs as multiple opponents to fight. I really think the Death Guard could bring, like, this level of, oh shit, we finally have a Xeno faction that's actually like, oh shit, I have to fucking fight him. Because with the Orcs, it's just like, yeah, we're just mass killing them. And again, the Tyranids are one of the most terrifying, if not the most terrifying, Xenos faction in the galaxy. And it just felt like you were just ripping and tearing until it was done, kind of stuff, like doom killing. So I think the Necrons bring this level of you can fight multiple opponents at once, and also bring that fear factor that I don't think the Tyranids had in the second game. It's one of my minor complaints with Space Marine 2. Yeah. So that's like Primarch, like either Death Guard or Iron Warriors, and Necrons is the Xeno faction. That's kind of the three things I really want. Oh, I'll say one more thing on the matter of Another thing I would really like to have is interaction with other Space Marine chapters, because it's all just been Ultramarine stories. And yes, I know in the multiplayer you can just make your own faction, but what I mean is like have like working alongside other space, like we get to see other Space Marine chapters, or having the Ultramarines working alongside like the Dark Angels or the Imperial Fists or the Space Wolves. I really want to see like interaction between. And yes, we did kind of get that with Titus in the Death Watch, but I really want to see like other Space Marines, other chapters work together, because I've always enjoyed that. I've always enjoyed like inner chapter working together. And also, I'd like to see like other like Imperial Guardsmen, because it was really cool to see the Cadians fighting against the Tyranids too. Maybe the Catacan, kind of fun. Yeah. So I would like to see like some space. Yeah, definitely 100% love to see some Space Marine like other chapter interactions, like the Salamanders, whether it be the Salamanders, the Blood Angels, the Raven Guard. I would actually kind of like to see get the Raven Guard or the White Scars get some love. And I just heard like 4 people in my chat in my comments section go, yay. Because I know there's a few people in my subscriber count that really absolutely adore the White Scars and the Raven Guard. So maybe give them some love. But yeah, so you guys tell me in the comments below, what are your Space Marine 3 what's in your Space Marine 3 wish list? Just comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.